It's the Riot Podcast. This is a Wednesday show, August 24th. How you doing?
Good. Is everybody doing good?
Doing grand.
I'm all
That's
good.
when I leave the pause for the podcast people to say yes.
Oh, you're talking to them again?
Okay, now to the room. Is everybody doing good?
Yeah.
I'm doing
now we can
great.
ignore the podcast people. It's just the three of us.
We just want you guys listening to have the chance to respond first.
Yeah. So what's up today, Isaiah?
We talked about divorce.
You can't just throw that out there. That's a
What do you
horrible
want from
thing.
me? I thought that was a good lead-in.
It was.
I think you just need to realize that if you're like, yeah, my parents love each other, and you're leaving the house and you're ready to go back to classes or go to school, it's just you want to be, I guess, afraid that everybody gets divorced at the end of the summer.
We don't want to give everybody that anxiety. We're just having a fun time with it as three people who have absolutely no experience whatsoever with divorce.
With divorce?
Yeah, just having a good time.
Dude, all my everybody I know has all been divorced.
Yeah.
Actually a few times over.
I know a lot of people that have been divorced. I just haven't experienced anything in my family at all personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fortunately.
Okay, good. Well, you'll hear what they have to say.
We also wrapped up the podcast by talking about Jim's most disrespectful act.
You think
of
this
all
is the
time.
worst thing he's ever
I
done?
think it's turned to hearing you and your disrespectful act.
But it's not on me.
You're
This
a
is not
spanker.
on me. I am a spanker.
You are a dog spanker.
I'm okay with being a dog spanker. I think if you don't spank your dog just doesn't respect you.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Our dogs respect us, don't they, Nikki?
They do. They
Yeah.
absolutely
You said
do.
you've spanked Zafira.
I
No,
said I've
booped.
given.
He said he booped her.
That's
That
exactly
what is
I
the
said.
difference? What's
I
a boop and a
boop.
spank?
A boop is like a tap.
Oh, then I'm definitely spanking Jim. I'm not booping. I'm spanking. If I'm telling you, like I said, if you looked at that dog, there's some dogs you just look at, you just know. He needs spanked.
No.
That's what I think about Jim
Oh my
every time.
gosh.
I'm like, spanked.
But here's the thing. Like, Jim seems to be, between the three of us, we have 5 dogs at the moment. And
Jim seems to be
the worst, and
By
you're the
far.
only one who spanks.
Yeah, because he
So-
deserves to be spanked. If I had a good dog,
That
I wouldn't
is-
spank it. If you guys had Jim as your dog, you would spank
No.
him.
You're
I
not
guarantee
Supposed to.
it.
We
And
need
I feel
to-
like it is your dad talking through you, talking about how
If
disappointed
Jim was your
he
dog,
is.
you'd spank him.
Do you know?
No.
Do you guys remember the show Wife Swap?
Yeah.
We need to do a wife swap with the dog.
Yeah, let's
Oh my
take Jim
gosh.
for a weekend.
Yeah.
See how you like him.
Oh, you can take Saphira. And,
I'll take Saphira.
Well, I don't know. I don't want her coming back being abused. So.
You're not going to be abused. I will spank her, though. I'm not afraid. I'll spank your dog. You
Well,
can
you're
spank
not-
mine.
You're not getting my dogs. They're
I'll
staying
take
with
him.
me.
Give me Rolo. I'll spank him too.
No.
Spank them all.
Oh, it's awful.
But yeah, Jim, unfortunately, I don't know if it's tough to say if it's the worst thing he's ever done because he's done so many bad things now that I've forgotten a lot of them.
Aw.
So this one, though, just feels so disrespectful.
Well.
I don't know. Like, if I'm thinking of other things that he's done, he's never done something like this.
This
like,
is up there.
He's pooped in my bed. He's peed in my bed. He's peed in my car. Peed on my floor. He's peed outside.
He's peed in your hand.
He's peed in my hand. He's peed nearly everywhere.
So I think actually now that you keep saying that, maybe a kidney check would be in
I just
order.
am not sure. Like, you'd think, yet again, 20 months old now, exiting puppyhood. You'd
Why don't you
think
just say 2 years old?
he's almost 2.
He's
He's
2.
closing in on 2. When does he get potty trained?
How bad are you going to feel, though, if he does have, like, a kidney condition or something and you've been spanking him this whole time?
Spanking him every time
Yeah.
he pees inside. I spank him every time.
Dang it, Jim. Your kidneys, your infected
I say the
kidneys.
same thing every
He just
single
needed
time.
Antibiotics.
Because Jim just makes the same mistakes over and over again. Like, it's never a new thing. It's always like either peed inside, he's jumping on somebody, or he's got his paws on the counter, or he's trying to hop in the bathtub. Those are like the only things he tries to do. And so every time I yell at him, I say, Jim, when has this ever been okay? Every time.
As you're going,
In what
Yeah.
world has this ever been okay?
You are
Every single
awful.
time.
Oh, you're awful. Maybe that's because I never got spanked as a kid, but that just seems awful.
I don't know. I got spanked as a kid, as you can probably tell, and I would never spank a dog.
No, you
What?
can't.
I think
never
so.
spank
The
a
thing that's
dog.
funny too is people talk about like the dog like spank check. Like if you're like at like a friend's like house and like you go like this to their dog.
Oh, to see if they
will
cower.
will they like flinch? And if you even just go like this with Jim, if you even raise your hand near him, he's like he does his little. Cause I'll do a boop on the head if he's just being like kind of bad. But if he's being real bad, straight to the bottom.
He gets the whip.
Awful.
He gets the spank to the bottom.
You got like
Alright.
a paddle.
Well,
I don't have a paddle for my dog.
Do not give
I
him
don't
ideas.
hit him. I don't hit him
Stop.
hard. It's just like a little spank. Like it never hurts him. He's a big dog, so I'm not hurting him when I
Do you
spank
never use a
him.
belt or anything?
I've never used a belt on
Okay,
my
good.
dog.
Thank goodness.
Are you crazy?
Thank goodness.
I love Jim,
I
but he
don't
does
know.
deserve to be beaten
Nothing
sometimes.
feels out of the question with you anymore.
just-
I will
scared.
spank his bottom. That way he would respect me. One day he
Well,
will respect me.
It's going good, isn't it? 2 years in. It's
2
going
years in,
good.
I'll be potty trained soon.
Yeah.
I don't know when. Yet again. Got to be the dumbest dog within 100 miles.
Well, don't text about that, but text about everything else and say hi at 877-2-RADIO-U. In the video podcast, if you're watching us, you'll see our food fight you'll not see our food fight, but if you're listening to our podcast, you'll hear us do our Doritos food fight with the tamarind, the ketchup, and spicy mustard Doritos that we tried. If you're watching this, go to the previous video to see that food fight when you're done with our podcast.
And we'll get in touch with you again soon.
Okay, tomorrow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Weird
Sounds like
way
a
to
plan.
say that. Bye.
See you guys.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Got the chance to be a hero.
What happened?
I got the chance to save the day. Here's what happened. I walked out of my house, going on a walk. Beautiful night.
Yeah.
You know, me and my wife going on a walk. And as soon as we step onto the sidewalk, a dog runs up to us. And these kids on bikes and what appears to be their mom are chasing the dog down the street. So it's like, oh, the dog, they're just, I don't know if they're walking it or whatever. It just got loose. So they're chasing their dog, right? It's not their dog. They are chasing the dog, but they don't own the dog.
Yeah, it's a stray.
So I run inside. I don't think they had a dog at all. So I run inside. I grab our leash for our dog because this dog's got a collar on. No useful information on it. But I got to get this dog back. It was kind of funny. So the woman, like the mom in the situation is like, yeah, I think the dog's from that street. And then she just kind of pieces out. Like it wasn't like, oh, the whole neighborhood, get everybody together.
Oh, no,
let's get this
you
dog home.
were now
Yeah,
the one.
I have the leash. So now I'm the dog guy.
You're like, wait a minute, why
Now
are you leaving?
It's my problem. So I walk up the street where
She
think
was so excited you came out.
yeah, she so was, right? She got her right off the hook. So I walk the dog up to the street where I think that, at least where she instructed me, where she
But
thinks
wait,
it was
you caught
from.
the dog.
Uh-huh.
You
I
caught
have
it?
the dog. I have the dog. Oh, it was a very nice dog. Very well behaved. My dog could learn a few lessons. And so I take her up the street, this dog, and ask a few people that happen to be sitting out, do you recognize this thing? No, we've never seen it before. So my wife goes ahead, like we walk back to my house. She's posting stuff on all the different, next door and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we'll go sit outside out front, because somebody's probably going to come hunting for it, right? So like its owner, sure enough, we have a guy pull up in an SUV, not like 5 minutes after my wife had posted all of on everywhere.
Yeah.
And a guy had been driving around the neighborhood looking for the
Aw,
dog.
and you found it.
And I found it, and he was so appreciative, very nice guy.
Aw, you
he
were a
wound up-
hero.
I did get to be a hero. How often does this happen to everybody else? Because this seems to happen to me at least once a year.
To
where
find a dog,
Where I have
or-
to save a dog and return it.
I don't know. I guess maybe a couple a month on our Facebook community page.
Yeah.
It's usually a frantic post of just a dog looking
yeah.
scared.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, whose is this?
But it's,
and then someone claims it.
yeah, but I feel like it happens to me more often. I don't know if maybe that's my superpower. That dogs know they come to me. I'll find your owner.
You'll take care of
I
it. They know
will,
you're a good soul who will help them find their
Well,
owner.
That guy, he came and he later on in the evening, because he knew where I lived, and he came and dropped off dog treats because I still told him I had a dog too. It was very nice of him. He's like, "This is the best
Sweet.
I can do." I was like, "You don't have to do anything, because just like what you said, that I have a dog. I would want somebody to do the same thing." So
Wow, look
it was
at
a nice
that.
moment. But I'm not saying this all to toot my own horn. I just I like when this thing happens, not because I like when dogs run away.
Sure.
But I always like the reuniting moment where the guy shows up his dog. He could be upset with the dog. You'd have every reason to, in a way, because the dog knows it's not supposed to run away. I think it knows where it lives, but he's not upset with the dog. He gets his dog back, and he couldn't have been happier. super happy with me. He's just glad the dog is safe. And I always think that's how God is with us, where when we come to God and we say, hey, God, I want to have a relationship with you. I want to be with you. He's not, oh, I'm upset because of all the stuff you've done. I'm upset with the mistakes you've made. That's not how God reacts. He reacts just like a dog owner getting reunited with their dog. I'm so glad to have you. I'm happy to have you here. I don't want to have to worry about you. God wants to be a part of your life, and he doesn't want to have to worry about you off doing stuff on your own. Who knows what you're getting into?
Wrong
what kind
street.
of dangerous stuff. Yeah,
Wrong area.
right. There's not always Hudsons out there that you wind up with. And so that's what God wants, to have a relationship with you where he's not angry that you've been off doing your own thing. He's happy to have you. And all you need to do is ask for that. Say, hey, God, I'm ready to come to you. I'm ready to find out what a relationship with you is like. I know you're not upset with me. I want to know more about that. Start talking to Jesus. Let him talk to you. And if you want to know more, check out RadioU.com/free gift.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Isaiah has found some interesting statistics that he'd like to share with you now, and they are numbers. It is news about the divorce rate in the United States. Is that right?
That is correct.
What is going on with the divorce rate?
It says here in this here study
Yeah.
that they are happening more often at the end of the summer.
Oh, is that because everybody's like done with it?
See, I just don't understand.
In the heat of the summer?
See, I'm confused because I thought that you were supposed to be in like a relationship for the wintertime because everyone's just like sitting around at home. And then, like, during the summertime, you're not supposed to be.
I think marriage is a little different than a relationship.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But I do know a lot of people also just break up at the end of the summer because I think they say like, oh, okay, you're getting ready for fall. That's going to be either new classes or hoodie season. It's just a new type.
I am wearing a hoodie today.
Before you get to like winter and like the holidays, you don't want to, you either want to move on if it's not the right person or stick around if you're in a committed relationship and there's ups and downs.
I mean, I get it with, I can see your perspective of the, like if you're going back to school or starting something up new at school and it was just a summer fling where, you came back from school and you got back, found somebody from high school. They're like, oh yeah, maybe we do have a connection. And then by summertime's end, you're like, nah. But, as far as divorce goes,
it's pretty harsh.
Yeah, it's weird that August would be the big month for divorce. I would think it would be after like January would be the big divorce month.
Yeah, maybe that is also.
That's second place.
This is the worst line I've seen in a study ever. Just the how casual it is. The end of summer is also perfect timing for a divorce because most family vacations are over and it's far enough away from the holidays.
You know what? If you're going to get divorced anyways, I think the family would appreciate if you do it ahead of time.
Oh my gosh.
Then you get 2 vacations.
That triggers like when you were younger, when your parents, separated and stuff. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, didn't you know it was the perfect time?
It was I don't think that's how people that are divorcing, is that how they think about it? We're not a good group to ask, right? Because all of our parents are still together and we're like Nikki and I are both still married, not to each other, but to each of our
special
spouses.
People. Yeah.
So
well, I don't know. Now's the time.
I know.
Why are you bringing such horrible news?
They do give like reasons on here. The first one is it says the couples think the summer will fix their marriage, but they ultimately end up disappointed.
Yeah, summer isn't. I mean, it's a great thing. I don't know if it's gonna.
Do they say
fix
the
a
heat
failing
makes everybody
marriage.
mad?
That has to be it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The other one says children go off to college in August, leaving many with empty nest syndrome. So I guess once the kids leave, they're like, all right, well, that was fun for a while, huh?
I did have a friend once. She went off to college. It was like her first year, and her parents divorced and didn't tell her until the holidays. But they had divorced right when she left because she was gone, and they could do that.
Yeah, get the ball rolling.
And then they figured they'd give them a few months until they had to.
You didn't want to ruin the first week of college.
Sure.
Oh my
but they were
gosh.
waiting for her to go in order to, leave each other.
It is funny, but not really funny, but it's just interesting to think that as you go through divorce and that's and consider it, and that is a really significant and traumatizing moment for a lot of people, like kids and the people actually getting divorced. and still how you try to talk yourself into this is the best time. You know, like you just trying
you have to plan it.
Trying to.
It's almost the fall.
Right.
I mean, if we're going to do it, now is the time.
I feel like you should check in with your parents now.
I know, right? How we doing, everybody?
Are you together? Do you promise?
I don't like the idea of the parents being like, you know what? I hate you, but we'll tough it out for another couple months until the kid goes off to college.
Let's see if we can figure it out during the summertime. If we can't be happy during the summer, we'll never be happy.
Or let's be real here. It's not going to work out, but we can tolerate each other for a few more months. I mean, that's got to be, when it comes down to it, that's the conversation that's probably had, which is not fun to think about.
That's what I think every day when I come in here. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to make this work, but I'll sit down with you guys for a couple more months, I guess.
We just need to make it to the winter, okay?
I know, right? We're going to make it through the fall, I promise. We'll see after that.
We've got another week left in August. If we can make it through that, Isaiah, you're stuck with us for another year.
You're good.
You know, is that how that works?
Yeah, that's right.
That's terrible. Well, maybe a good check-in with your parents. You know, if you do your weekly FaceTime or more often, next time just say, hey, Mom and Dad, can I have you in the same shot together? Are you?
Can I see that you guys are in the same room?
Kiss right now. Do it.
I want to see a kiss. Let's see one.
And if you notice some animosity, then they might not be telling you something.
Hesitation before they kiss.
That'd be awful.
I don't know. I think I can see why they would hesitate either way.
Sure.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
So what? How are you doing?
You know, I've had better mornings.
Oh, your back seems injured.
Yeah, my back's not feeling good. Last night, I got home a little bit late. Obviously, we wake up early. And so I get back to my house last night a little bit later on than I'd like to. And so I'm like, all right, my dog Jim, Jim, let's just go to bed like real quick so I can get as much sleep as possible. I let him outside. I hop up in the bed. Jim hops up in the bed. And he's like kind of squirming around, getting real comfortable and whatnot. Yeah. At least so I think. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, what is that feeling on my leg?
Uh-oh.
I turn on the flashlight, seeing Jim squatting over me, peeing on top of me in the bed. And not only obviously peeing in the bed, big no. Peeing on your father, stupid. Peeing on your father in the bed
is the worst.
That's like a lack of respect that he's given me. And so, needless to say, Jim was in the doghouse last night after he peed on top of me minutes before bedtime.
So what is he trying to say with that?
I don't know. I hate you?
Well, is he mad that you were gone in the evening?
I don't know, because he was hanging out with my roommate Andrew.
So he wasn't alone.
The whole night. And so he was cool. He likes Andrew.
Dare I Google what is your dog saying if he pees on you?
Yeah, what does that
just
mean?
Miss you?
In the bed. In the bed. If he just peed on me, that's one thing. You pee on me in the bed. Yet again, disrespectful.
I think you were out last night. Maybe there's a different smell on you. Sometimes,
I don't know.
like my dog, when we bought a new mattress, it had a different smell. And so at least I figure. And so she went in. She never pees on things. She never pees in the house. But when we got a new mattress, first thing she did, walk into the mattress as soon as it was unoccupied and peed all over it. I think it was like a smell, this is mine thing. So maybe...
He's claiming me?
Yeah,
he's claiming me?
Hey, I smell something else here, and that's a no-no. That's a big no-no. So I got to make sure I mark my territory.
Every time I come home, he's just going to start peeing on me. I own you, Dad. You're mine.
I looked some up, and it's actually very common, so don't feel bad. It just means you're a bad doggy dad.
Oh, is that what that means?
No, actually,
you failed as a parent.
Well, your dog's a little too old because they keep bringing up it's excitement or it's like a puppy issue, but your dog's too old for that. So they say that it could be kidney problems, so you want to check. But it seems like Jim doesn't have that.
No.
So they also say house training issues, or if not, I think it's this category. It could be excitement, fear, stress, or anxiety.
I was waiting for the stupidity to come in as the last one. You might just have a dumb dog. I don't know. I keep on telling people too. I refer to him as like a puppy. And they're like, "How old is he?" I'm like, he's 20 months.
That's not. He's
still
too
real
old.
young.
So they say it's also mostly territorial marking.
Exactly.
And some of that's not done in a mean, he's trying to be more important than you way. It's just that's your space, and he wants to add his smell to your smell.
Yeah, maybe we could do that by him rubbing on me. He doesn't have to pee on top of me.
He doesn't know. So they say if your dog's been peeing on your bed, talk to your vet. Do you have a vet for Jim?
I do. He does go to the vet, yes.
Okay, so you need to let them know. And then otherwise, then they say you need to work on correcting the behavior. And then why are you stressing your dog out?
Yeah.
Why am I stressing him out?
You want to find out why you stress
I don't know. I don't even know how to correct behavior. Like, what do you do when your dog pees on top of you in the bed?
Don't put him in bed.
You resolve. I put him directly in the crate. And then he was laying down there for a while. I was yelling at him. I spanked him a time or two, too.
No!
I will be straight up. I will spank Jim. He averages multiple spanks an hour for his bad behavior. I'll spank my dog. I'm not afraid to say it. He deserves a spanking.
It seems like
it's not working. There's nothing that works.
No wonder he's so stressed
We're
out.
20 months in. We're 20 months in.
Anxious.
The dog does not know how to go pee outside. I've tried everything. I yell at him. I'll put him in his crate. I've spanked him. What do I resort to at this point?
Did you get spanked?
What? As a child? Of course I got spanked.
So that's why. Oh, my gosh.
I will spank my dog. He clearly still doesn't respect me.
What are you gonna do?
Even after I spank him, he shows no respect.
Go get you a Switch next time.
He's lucky it's the bare hand.
Well, okay, I'm clicking out because that's why he's peeing on your bed.
Yeah.
Because I spank my dog.
You punish him, he's punishing you.
Well, if
That's
not,
how it goes.
It seems like there's a lot of resources online you can look at.
To try to figure out how to fix this thing.
Books you can. Is that what you said you read a book about?
I did.
Is that what it told you to spank your dog?
What are you talking? Everybody spanks their dog a little bit.
No, we do not.
You never spanked your dog.
No.
You need to spank your dog.
No.
If you haven't spanked your dog doesn't show you even the littlest bit of respect. Jim is the kind of dog that needs spanked. If you looked him in the eyes, you look at my dog, you know he needs spanked.
I feel like I got a glimpse into you growing up, your whole childhood right there.
Is that what
You
your-
needed
is this what your
spanking.
dad said to you? Isaiah's the kind. You look in his eyes. He needs to be.
You look
spanked.
at Isaiah in the eyes, you know he needs spanked. If you looked at my dog Jim for more than 30 seconds, he's probably going to do something bad and you're going to want to spank him. I would say as well, when guests come into my house, I encourage them to spank Jim at least once because Jim's like jumping up on him.
No.
I'm like, you got to spank him. I'm sorry. He's not going to respect you until you spank him. It's this thing we've kind of done. Spank my dog.
Jim, if you're listening, please come. Isaiah, turn around. Don't listen, but go ahead and keep peeing on the bed.
There's a phone number we can give you.
We'll come get you.
Jim's a happy dog. He's so happy he pees on top of me.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do with any of this news.
If your dog's ever peed on you in your bed, please text in. I'm sure I won't get a single text.
It's just you.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.